I'm Battenberg, the German nerd, the brightest professor that you've ever heard.
He's Battenberg, the German nerd, the brightest professor that you've ever heard.
Schnepps, my assistant, follows me and is almost everything a friend should be.
Schnepps, his assistant, follows he and is almost everything a friend should be.
Why is the chorus following us?
Why is the chorus following them?
Well, then not anymore.
Previously on the adventures of Battenberg and Schnepps. In 1974, I was called away from my studies to attend ein Greipstomping festival in Outer Bavaria. I was called to the festival by an old friend of mine, Count Völkisch von Whistlestop.
Well, my wine has incredible properties. When this wine is combined with the ancient brown ruby of Mesopotamia, it produces a flavor which is like nothing you have ever experienced before. Alas, the brown ruby has gone missing, and now somebody has stolen it.
Schnepps! Put down that violin!
It was taken from me and placed in a glass display cabinet trapped within the National Museum of Antiquities in Yorkshire under constant surveillance by the police and Swiss guards. I beg of you, Hans, you are the brightest man I know. You must break into the museum. I mean, do everything in your power to retrieve the brown ruby.
Well, for the honor of Whistlestop, I accept this case.
I spied on the museum itself a noteworthy notice of notable note. Apparently, the museum was due to close for restorations in 35 years. I knew then what I had to do.
In order to find this jewel, you must go forward in time. That way, you can arrive at the museum in time for the restoration, slip in unnoticed, grab the jewel, and come back and return it. We will use my latest time machine. Now throw the switch.
Right!
Now join us for the second exciting installment of The Adventures of Battenberg and Schnepps.
I tell you, Herr Doctor, people will not travel on space hoppers in the future. In 1974, maybe, but not in the future.
Well, in that area, I was wrong.
And I'm pretty sure that portable gramophones will no longer be the prime method of playing music on the go. This is 2009, for goodness sake.
Well, saves carrying this around.
And finally, people in the future still seem to be wearing clothes.
Damn. Got that one very wrong. Right, back into the time machine, set course for the nearest tailor. Well, here we are at Top Shop.
It'll have to do. I bet Marks and Sparks no longer exists.
Yes, along with British Airways, IBM and the Labour government.
Yes, God knows how they kept it going so long.
Right you are, Schnepps. Let's go shopping. So, a full outfit in only 10 seconds.
It's not a race, you know. And why are you wearing a skirt?
Give me another 5 seconds. There we go.
Very stylish, Herr Doctor. I particularly like the Bermuda shorts.
Thank you. Now, there is the museum.
Follow me!
Ah, we were next to it all along. And as we planned, it is closing tomorrow. Now, there's not many guards around, but we mustn't take any chances as to how we break in.
Herr Doctor?
Hence, I have conducted a diabolical plan, in a good way, which is so elaborate it cannot possibly fail. First, we inform the West Yorkshire police that a rogue cheese manufacturer is on the loose in Wetherby. This will take half their force away from Leeds, enabling us to enter the city.
But we're already...
Schnepps! Once we are there, we shall redirect the traffic so that everyone drives on the right-hand side of the road.
But sir...
It's the only way they'll learn to drive on the correct side, Schnepps. This will allow us to enter the sewers, where we catch a number 12 submarine to the Bank of England. After emerging from the sewers, we will melt the gold down into models of the Brandenburg Gate, selling them to passing tourists for £1.95, not including that. Once we have reached our target of £1 million, we shall return to Leeds disguised as door-to-door salesmen selling doors. At this point,
Herr Battenberg!
we will tunnel into the museum using a carefully positioned tunnel left over from my holiday in Greece in 1972. The tunnel will have to be moved, of course, but that's a formality. Once the tunnel is moved to be within 6 inches of the podium containing the brown ruby, we climb up onto the roof and use pickaxes to claw our way through the ventilation shafts until we come to the main vault.
If you will please let me get a word in.
Now, we will be stuck in the vault with no means of escape, so we will have to get out of the vault by blowing it up from the inside, allowing us to escape to freedom totally unharmed.
And the brown ruby?
Oh, we picked that up on the way out. It can't be that hard.
Surely it's simpler to copy the keys to the front door, walk in, get the brown ruby and go home.
Locking the door behind us, of course.
Of course. You can't trust these days.
In order to get a greater understanding of the workings of the museum, Schnepps and I decided to take the last tour. So that we would not be spotted, we disguised ourselves as Saudi Arabian princes celebrating Diwali. And here we have one of the first computers that IBM ever produced. This is just the main panel. The whole thing would fill 20 airport hangars. Who would have thought that a company which started out building such unwieldy contraptions should today be one of the most successful businesses in the world? How dare she insult me? I have one of those computers at home, and it is great for doing the laundry.
Herr Doctor, didn't you say you had shares in IBM?
Yeah?
They must be worth a fortune now. Call up your stockbroker.
Right. Ah, look, a public phone box. And here we see a public phone box from 1953. This style has long since been discontinued due to a unique design flaw which caused it to spontaneously implode. No wonder the mobile phone has proved so popular.
Did you get through, Herr Doctor?
Yes. He said something about £4 million. Is that good? Oh, did you say you've got £4 million? Would you like to make a donation to the museum? No, thank you. They are but poor, humble Saudi Arabian princes who have spent all our money on Ferraris.
We're just waiting for the check to go through.
Oh. Well, this is our final and most precious exhibit.
The brown ruby?
Yes. The brown ruby of Mesopotamia was found in modern-day Baghdad during the 1920 Olympics by a couple of amateur pole vaulters who went a tad too far. To prevent theft or corrosion, it is kept in a jewelry case, within a briefcase, within a case, just in case. But how do we see it? Oh, it's a beautiful case.
Will you accept £4 million for it?
It's not for sale.
5 million?
Schnepps.
7 million.
Schnepps, we don't have £7 million. It's really not for sale.
10 million pounds.
Well, I'd have to ask my supervisor. Schnepps, what the hell are you doing?
Well, we were instructed to get the brown ruby by any means possible.
Yes, but not by bankrupting ourselves.
We are only bankrupting our future selves. Or maybe we should go and find a locksmith to help us break in. With our £4 million, we can get the best locksmith this side of the Himalayas.
What would the Himalayans want with a locksmith?
For the average Himalayan, a key gives him a way in.
Oh. That's a terrible joke, Schnepps. You better watch yourself or I'll Himalay you off.
That's even worse, Herr Doctor.
All right, let's cut out the comedy and go out and cut out a key instead. No sooner had we left the museum than we were accosted by a suspiciously familiar gentleman wearing an interesting moustache and a duffel coat.
Well, lads, you want keys, you come to the right place. My name is Jim Poster, connoisseur of keys, lord of all locks, and I do a little bit of robbing on the side. Oh, sorry, I didn't mention that. It's all about board.
We've just left the museum. What do you mean we've come to the right place?
You're looking for keys, ain't you?
Yes, as a matter of fact, we are. But surely most people who leave museums look for their cars or their home instead.
Yeah, but what if they lock themselves out?
Wouldn't they need a key to lock the door to lock themselves out of their homes in order to go to the museum and have a lovely day looking at things?
Look, we don't need a key to get home.
Oh well, I'll be off then.
We need a key to get in.
In?
In the museum.
Oh, really?
The museum closed for restoration at midnight, as always seems to happen in this kind of story. Having befriended Jim Poster, the locksmith, through laying on a very expensive fondue party, he offered us his services for...
£1,000. Oh, don't pay me now. Pay me when you get the ruby.
He was unusually generous for a Cockney. Having obtained the key, we let ourselves back into the museum and headed straight for the brown ruby.
Okay, Herr Otter, I've seen all of the heist films. I know what to do. First, we need to turn off all of the alarms. Then, we must spray paint all of the cameras. Then, we line up the minis for a quick getaway. We fall in love with a beautiful girl.
Oh, Schnepps, I love you.
And finally, we escape to a far-off land, sit on a beach drinking coconuts, and...
Schnepps! Get a hold of yourself, we haven't got the ruby yet.
I'm sorry, Herr Doctor.
Now, let us remove the various cases containing the brown ruby. First, let's carefully lift the glass cover off. Damn. Let's leave them £50,000 in compensation. Now, let's open the case. Oh, that's also made of glass. How odd. Make it £90,000. Schnepps, I think this is going to take longer than we thought. I think this is the last one.
Well, open it and see.
Schnepps,
Yes, Herr Doctor?
there is the brown ruby.
What do you mean?
It isn't here. The only thing left in this case is a postcard.
What does it say?
Dear Max, sorry to disappoint you like this, but, you know, a man's got to make a living by any means possible. All my life I've dreamed of a rich and happy retirement, and now, thanks to your stupidity, that dream has become a reality. I took the brown ruby years ago. The real reason you were brought here is so that I can get my hands on your lovely time machine. It's a beautiful piece of machinery, though sadly you'll never see it again. Don't expect you'll find me. I'm living happily on the proceeds of my investments in the 22nd century AD. Selling off the brown ruby enabled me to buy up Monte Carlo, thereby providing me with the best pension a man could ask for, and all of it tax-free. Sorry to leave you in the lurch, so to speak. Enjoy the misery of 2009 while it lasts. Yours regrettably, Jim Poster. ... Or am I? Will Schnepps and Battenberg ever get their time machine back? Are they stranded in 2009 forever? What is the real identity of Jim Poster? Join us next week for the concluding installment of The Adventures of Battenberg and Schnepps.
I'm Battenberg, the German nerd, the brightest professor that you've ever heard.
He's Battenberg, the German nerd, the right